Okay, so today, this is like a random thought. So today I was like, listening to like what, like songs by Michael Jackson, and I decided to do a video to Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston and like a couple other celebrities that had died in the past few years. And like most people say, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson were like a big contribute to like the music that we listen to today. And I think, cause I was in like sixth grade when Michael Jackson died, and I come back to school, it was just hard to accept that Michael Jackson died that day. Like, you got one of the biggest stars of pop right here, like, you know, and he died. And I mean, like, Michael Jackson was one of the greatest of all time, and you can't ever get that again. In my opinion, there will, and in my opinion, I don't think there will be anybody that'll ever be as good or be able to replace Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was one of the greatest female singers of all time, and yes, Aretha Franklin is still alive, but she was just as good like her. Whitney Houston, I believe, was the greatest and all-time best because she was able to hit the highest notes of all, and she will not be forgotten. To be honest, here, I think the real reason Whitney Houston died and whose fault is damn. I think damn it. For those of y'all that might watch this video, please correct me if I'm wrong on who her ex-husband was. Please correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I think it was Bobby Brown. I think I might be wrong, but if I'm wrong, please correct me. Her husband, I believe, is the real reason that she is dead, and because of that, you go to like you become a celebrity, hit stardom, fame, and all that, right? And then it's always a downside of it that it's always drugs that always comes into play for some people, and it just kind of brings your whole career down. It's sad. And I believe what happened to Whitney Houston was a tragic thing, and it was sad. I mean, my mom watched the whole funeral live, and I wasn't there that day because I think I was, if I'm right, I think I was in school that day. Yeah, I was in school. And my mom was like literally crying because she loved Whitney Houston, and she was crying, and it takes a lot to make my mom cry. I mean, Whitney Houston, she was one of the greatest of all time, and no one could ever replace her. And I mean, that's like, it's just sad. So, like, you think, and for all these parents out here, you just got your kids that, for kids out there, you're a parent and you have kids that have never heard of Whitney Houston or Michael Jackson. Play them a couple songs from me, Because, all in truthful, old school was the best and the only best. And like I said, old school was the best. And like that, the last generation, yes, they set us up very badly and everything, but to say the least of it all, this generation, in my opinion, it has been messed up very badly. But I believe in a way that if you can fix all the wrongs from the last generation and make it up, you can still make this a good generation. And seeing as how all the whole teen pregnancy thing has risen up over the years, along with AIDS, HIVs, and STDs have risen up also, it kind of makes you sad to see it all happen and people to die so young from it all. And, it's just sad, but it's just how it is. And since I'm going to say this to go along with this video is this. For all, people out there that's really having sex and shit, I can say the least is protect yourself, I mean, it's people out here that got AIDS, HIV that don't even know it. And, you finally get it, it's like too late to change everything. So what I'm saying is protect yourself and live the life you want. Don't get dragged down by others. Because I had a family member that had AIDS, and we were like really close, and he was one of my favorites. And when he died, it hit me very hard, and it was like I was asleep. I mean, I came and saw him every day I could, and it broke my heart to see him slowly deteriorate down to really just skin and bone, to the point you could just see his ribs, and I mean, it was sad to see him like that. He had stomach cancer, but still, it was like, I think it was the same thing, but I was young, and I really don't remember. And I remember the day he died, I was asleep that morning, and my mom had called me to her room, and she told me my uncle died, and I was so upset it hurt. And all I remember is like just going downstairs screaming and crying, like, why me? Was it something I did? Could I have done something to prevent it? And I think, and I know I couldn't. It's like, it's hard losing someone you love the most just go like that. And, it's just sad to see things happen, you know. So really, just to sum this whole video up, is to say, protect yourself from any STD, because the result could be fatal and tragic, and it's just hard to see a loved one go like that. And every day, I still think about him to my heart, my grandmother, even because I never got a chance to meet and died, I still think about to this day. So really, to sum this up, it says protect yourself, try and seriously get tested, because you never know what could happen. So protect yourself, get tested, do the best you can as a kid, adult, parent, teenager, no matter what the age, do your best. Because at any age, you could get cancer, any type of STD. So protect yourself and, do what you can.